No, we're inside.
We were outside at nighttime.
Water? I think they just awkwardly laughed. No. Yes, sir.
It's been rolling, so.
Oh, really?
Oh, we're rolling.
Okay.
We're just fucking around now?
Y'all ready?
Should we sync?
Oh, yeah.
Are we on time? Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Now you have something to reference to.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the OverZero podcast, episode 2. To my right, I have Javi. To my left, I have Alex. And we got Junior right over there. And today I'm your host, I'm Carlos. How's it going, guys?
Pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm glad to actually be a guest here, you know. I'm not a regular like y'all, so.
You're not a regular.
Not a regular.
You're a guest today. Alex here was our DJ last night. DJ Apple Z.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or Alex.
Or Alex. Or
Why
Apple.
Apple? Why Apple?
My last name is Applezoller. So no one wanted to pronounce that when I went into no one was gonna try to pronounce that. So people just decided, no, and there were too many Alexes. There were like 7 Alexes on the football team.
There you go.
It was a funny story. My coach was like yelling at me, bro. Like you think of just your standard white football coach, tall, white, probably a little racist. Bro. And he tells me, he's like, "What's your name?" Because I was brand new.
Okay.
And he was like, I'm like, Alex what? I go, Applezoller. He goes, Apple what?
What is that?
And I was like, he's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, Applezoller, like it's German. And he's like, that's too much. I'm gonna just call you Apple.
Yo,
And it stuck.
that's cool, man. You're German, bro.
Yeah.
I'm German.
You're German. Yeah? I never met a German named Carlos.
Carlos Rodriguez.
Carlos, I'm German. I'm like probably like what, 5th German. My great grandfather, he came from Germany and fought in the Mexican Revolutionary War
Wow.
as a German for some reason.
We are probably the same amount of German then, because I think my family has a similar story. But I'm not entirely sure. I just know the last name is German.
That's how you know you're German.
Yeah.
Last name.
Yeah.
When did you first know that you wanted to DJ? Or when you first, like...
Yeah.
I hope they can hear you, you know, considering the mic is so far.
When did you first wanted to do DJing, wanted to make music, inspire you to make music?
Yeah, so I actually started DJing in middle school. Blasting my age, I'm 26 now, but I started DJing at like about 12 years old. 12 years old? 12, yeah. And it
I saw
was...
those pics, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the old
DJing at
school
12,
Throwback
man,
pics,
like,
yeah.
That's dope. That's
I was DJing. I would just do house parties. I would do like family house parties, pool parties, and stuff like that. Then I got into high school and I had like my first real paid gig in high school. And then I started playing football. Then I hit puberty, so I started talking to girls. And I was like, man, well, girls in football are more fun than DJing.
Yeah.
So, and they took up all my time,
Yeah.
especially football, not girls, because I'm not exactly a ladies' man. You know?
Oh,
I try.
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Bro, we go out. Nah, this guy.
I wish.
Aside from being a DJ last night, you're a good friend. You are like one
Definitely.
of the best friends.
Thanks,
right?
man. Thanks.
No, of course, man. Like you're the greatest, bro. Like we go out anywhere and it's always a good time with you.
Oh yeah, man.
It's always a good time. You fucking know everyone here. Everyone here. I have no idea like how you find like 10 people at a place and like know all of them. And I you lived here your whole life, right?
Yeah, Tyler. Born and raised.
Oh, you went to El Paso.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Down the road.
Okay.
I think that's why we stick in this area.
And then
Yeah.
that's
You
why
know?
you know a lot of
You know,
still,
yeah.
you know a shit ton of people. Yeah, it always impressed. But yeah, you're definitely dancing all night.
Trying to groove, man.
Oh,
Just trying to be a vibe.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that
You
helps.
always bring it.
I feel like that helps with DJing.
Yeah.
Because you try to bring a vibe. You try to keep the party going,
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
You got to feel the crowd, man. That kind of feedback. that's like an unspoken kind of rule in like DJing, and it's performance art. Like
it's a dance. It's literally a dance.
Right, because it's kind of receiving what the people are looking like. Are they dancing? Are they not? And kind of responding with something. Inputs and outputs. Right. Same thing with like comedy. Same thing with any kind of performance art. Like you got to be like, well, are they feeling it? Are they not feeling it? Let me change it up. Maybe we got to go in a different direction. Maybe it's getting a little stale. You can't learn. Yeah. You can't be taught that shit. You kind of have to
and I feel like that's why he's so good at DJing, because he's just naturally he how to just tell the vibes how everything.
Y'all are sweet, man. Y'all are sweet.
Yeah, bro, definitely.
I take the compliments, man.
Y'all are sweet, man. Y'all are sweet. I'm just trying to get better, man. I'm trying to work at it. Yeah. I picked it back up. So like I said, I stopped DJing, and I picked it back up to kind of when you guys opened the OverZero venue. You guys were talking about, getting DJs, hiring DJs, stuff like that. And I was like, and I think I still have my equipment in the garage. So I went through the garage, fished it all out, re-downloaded everything, started going through music. And, well, then I had, like, my return, I guess. Yeah. And did the Boiler Room set last weekend. That was so cool with some awesome DJs from Flavor Core. That was super sick. And they let me on their equipment. We were vibing the whole night with all their sets, and then getting to, play in between them and alternate between all of us. It was surreal, man. It was surreal. It was such an experience, and I'm glad you guys liked me enough to have me back and have me last night too.
Definitely. It was amazing. It was an amazing set. Go ahead. It was an amazing set. It's like I keep telling you, you're one of the best DJs I know so far.
You're sweet, man. You're sweet.
I love it.
You're sweet. You're super sweet, man.
I want you there every week.
Hell yeah. Dude, if y'all will have me, I'll keep working on my tracks and all that. I would love to. I was talking to Anserito, shout out Anserito, the other DJ from last night, and he we were talking about like goals and stuff like that. We were talking about like producing, maybe remixing, making beats and stuff like that. That's something I would love to graduate to, but I feel like my personality, my vibe just fits really well doing that like dance and vibe with the crowd and back, So who knows where I go next? Who knows? About to graduate college and move to Dallas. So, I got a lot going on right now. Yeah. But we'll see where it goes, man. We'll see where it goes. It's been so fun, though.
Your first time playing was coming back to it was last week, right?
Yeah.
So what was going through your head coming up to the day, going up there?
The prep.
What was going through your mind?
Oh, dude, I was scared. I was so scared. It's not even funny. It is funny, but I spent weeks prepping, re-downloading music, refamiliarizing myself with the equipment. And then I heard I was gonna use like the CDJs that Flavor Core has, because they're legit, man. They have some good equipment. And I was like, fuck. Are we allowed to cuss on this podcast? Was that okay? Is that bad? I was like, fuck, man. Like, I've never used CDJs before. And I was like, but like I see them all the time on boiler rooms, festivals, Vegas clubs, all that stuff. But I was mad scared. I was like, fuck, I've never used one before. I don't know what to do. I'm looking up. I'm like at work.
You adapted, man. That's so cool. Dude.
I'm at work looking up videos, like differences between controllers and CDJs, and trying to really hone it in. So what was going through my mind was super nervous, but then I did like the John Summit thing, then took a shot and tried to get the nerves out of the way. I don't know if you guys have seen that video. It's super sick. Right before he goes onto his EDC set, takes a shot from the helicopter and then lands and then goes straight to his deck. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I was like, right before the set, I was like, let's go take a shot. Let's get the nerves out of the way. Yeah. I did more than a shot, let's be honest. I was a little drunk because I was really nervous. But it was just like to be around guys that have been doing this kind of thing for so long. And some of them, it's like their full-time thing. It's like, damn, like to be in the mix with them, like they're so good. They do their own beats, their own remixes, their own tracks, stuff like that. So it was a little intimidating, but I mean, the crowd feedback, the reactions. I mean, you guys have seen the video. You guys were there. Like that made it feel so much better.
Yeah, man. It's like you mentioned that thing of like watching YouTube videos in work and all that. And you bring that up because you want to be like, oh, like you're trying to pick shit up, you're trying to like learn shit like wherever you can. But everyone's doing that. To learn anything, like everyone's like no one 100% knows anything. Like everyone's going to YouTube. Because I remember when I was
YouTube's huge with that, man.
Yeah, and it reminds me of the same shit with like engineering. No one's really like getting everything from the professor.
No.
Everyone's going to YouTube, searching that
No
shit
way.
up.
There's only so much the professor can tell you in an hour.
And not only that, but like I think I've learned. I say this. I'm not going to my university. I'm going to YouTube University. That's where I'm going. I'm a student of YouTube University.
I swear I've heard someone say that.
It's probably me. It was probably me.
No, like a podcaster. Someone has said like you could get your degree.
Oh yeah.
Through YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Someone has said that.
Can.
I just can't remember who it was.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like I am going to university, but I am more so learning from YouTube than anything else. I think that's YouTube and like online shit, and then when you apply that kind of ability of looking for shit on YouTube, and you get, because it's a skill to get good at looking for things in YouTube.
Yeah, right? Even online,
and filtering what you should like spend time in and what you shouldn't. And when you get good at that, then you're like, I'm doing this for my degree, I'm doing this for engineering and shit, but this might translate to other areas. Yeah. And that's how I kind of started getting into beat making, because I took like an opposite route of yours, because I got into beat making. And DJing, I'm trying to pick it up, and maybe you can teach me something, man, because I would love to learn some more.
Yeah, I'm no pro, but I would love to work with you on something.
I would love to. I got cool. My deck here too, man. I want to learn, man. It would be dope.
I mean, your deck is more current than mine. Yeah, I'm using like some new marks from like 2010, bro. Like last night, that's what I was using. But
I got that one during Christmas time. This past Christmas, and I got it from a friend that was selling it. He used it for a long time, but then he said, "I'm trying to get rid of it." He got a new one, and I was like, "Yeah, this is another hobby I could." Because always during the breaks from school, I'm like, "I gotta get a new hobby.
Yeah,
right. And I tried picking up DJing, but once the semester starts,
it gets hard. It gets hard.
Time, yeah.
And especially right now, I feel that because I'm taking summer classes.
Yeah.
Trying to re-go through the music and trying to get everything set to like play more and be more diverse, but then like I also have my real job, and then like summer classes, and summer classes are a lot harder.
They're a lot more intense.
Yeah,
right? They're a lot more intense, a lot more content in a little time. But yeah, I mean, we're all trying to do this while like keeping life. Like we haven't abandoned anything else. We're just adding,
dude. Yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy because you hear all these stories, these like self-help gurus and all that shit, and they're like
they know everything.
Like yeah, exactly. And they're like, yeah, I dropped out of college to do this, and it's like, hold on, my boy's trying to do it, and he's still in college. So like,
well, look, it's because I think that some people like they do have some valid points when they're like, I abandoned everything to do this because I loved it so much and it worked out. And sometimes that's necessary because they love something so much like that. But everyone's got their own path. Everyone can, manage certain things differently. It's not even an option for me to like drop out right now. I got one more semester left, right?
Oh, yeah, of course
but it never was. It was like engineering has always been like, my plan B that's going to fund my plan A, right? So, I'm working towards my plan B so I can, fund my plan A. And once I
like that.
Yeah, that's the only way I see it. I got creative endeavors, and so do you. And like when it comes to music and everything, for me, I wanted to be music. I wanted to be painting, filmmaking, and OverZero. That's what we're trying to sponsor here, just in general.
Yeah,
right now we're a venue. Right now we're a venue,
and a badass venue at that.
And I'm loving it. And it's a venue, and it's a great place to kind of start growing something. And it doesn't need to be defined, and that's going back to our whole definition here. We're undefined, right?
Yeah.
Undefined by anything. We're not just a venue. For now, we're a venue. We're a month and a half in? Mm-hmm. We're going to fill in those shoes.
Banging month and a half, huh?
Yeah. It's been a great one. It's been a great month and a half.
Yeah. No, hell yeah.
And do you remember what you used to say, how our degrees were the ignition to what we want to do?
Right. It's the blasting off platform, right?
You used to be, or I think you still are, really passionate about film. Yeah. And you, at the beginning when we had this conversation, you were saying, my degree is the ignition to my passion, which is film.
And it's always been that like plan B to fund my plan A. It's a good. I'm not saying everyone needs to like get their degree to find their to fund their passion.
Yeah, there's totally there's different routes.
Other routes, and by other routes, let me be a little more explicit. Like it's some people, they just work their ass off for in any job that they find. If it's retail, if it's anything, they are being a waiter at a restaurant or just trying to like hustle things. But they do all that just that at the end they can do what they really want. So college isn't that necessary first step.
Yeah.
It just made sense for me, and because I mean, coming out of high school, I'm like, you're reasonably okay at math. I'm not the best at anything when it comes to like engineering. I'm not even. I don't know. But you're just reasonably good at math. To so cap no, it's because I'm not. Maybe I'm a little self-deprecating sometimes, but that's just kind of what I like. I don't know. That's the only way I can portray myself.
Yeah.
But coming out of high school, I was like, okay, you're decent enough at math to probably get a degree in engineering, and maybe that's a good route so that you can maybe fund your passion in filmmaking. Because if I do go straight into filmmaking, I might fall flat, and there's nothing really holding me up if I just go straight into it.
Yeah.
Because I got no experience. I just know I love movies and I love film, and I love it enough that I want to do it for the rest of my life. But right now, if I were to go full-heartedly on this, it would just collapse. And I'm not going to do that to my dream. My dream's like a little fucking egg that I want to take care of, and I need to really create a nice cushion so that when it falls off the building, it doesn't break. Right? And that cushion for me is engineering. For other people, it's 2 years working retail, 2 years doing as a waiter, or just grinding on the computer. There's a lot of ways to make money. But for me, the option that's just came up was go university, get your degree, and that's the investment. 4 years, and then you get out, and then you can do what you actually want to do.
Fun fact: I hate film.
Jeez.
I
What?
like how you just said how much you love
What?
it. And I hate film.
So here's I have mad ADHD. I cannot sit down to watch a 2 hour long movie about a bear in the fucking woods. I know I'm being an asshole.
Okay, no.
I'm being a dick just to be funny, but actually, like, it's got to be a really good movie for me to watch it. Which is why I'll support you.
I've got a lot of good recommendations. I don't think we've ever talked about.
We need to. We need to. Though.
Yeah,
we need to.
But like movies, the reason why I like film so much is because like you see my kind of interest, and I love OverZero. And again, I always thank everyone that's involved in OverZero, because you guys are really kind of allowing my interest to kind of finally be able to bounce off into the real world. Like it's like finally I have a canvas to kind of throw my interests at, because before I felt really closed in and isolated. I'm like, how do I do beat making on my own, or how do I get any of this blasted off? And in the first podcast we talked about my shitty ass t-shirts and how I tried doing all this alone.
Still waiting for mine.
Yeah, I got some. I'll give you one before you leave. But now that I have you guys, it's great, because now I could have never done this alone, right? And now I have people with the same mindset, same vision, and yeah. But back to filmmaking real quick. Filmmaking is everything. It's sure, I like painting. Yeah, it's art. It's cinematography. Mm-hmm. Oh, you like music? I love music. Music is a huge part of film. Scores, yeah. Exactly. And just it's moving pictures. It's moving images. It's a motion picture. Mm-hmm. It's everything all at once. It's I feel like the pinnacle of art.
I'm just so Gen Z pilled. Like I just short form content has like plagued my brain.
What movies have you actually been able to sit through?
Movies?
Yeah.
Fuck, movies. Dude, anything with Miles Teller.
Okay.
Anything like including his old stuff. Mm-hmm. Like not just Whiplash and Top Gun. Like, those were the ones that like took him from the funny role to like a real roles. Yeah. But like the like 21 and over, like where he was the dipshit friend that like didn't go to college and he was just the funny guy.
Yeah, I know
which
one. I know which one.
And like all those, like I love Miles Teller. So anything with Miles Teller, I would say, especially like War Dogs, all those movies.
Oh yeah, War Dogs, man, that's a great movie. That's a good one. That's a good
I guess I'm just being a pretentious fuck when I say
I know
because I am Gen Z pilled. I totally am Gen Z pilled. Like when I get home, like I have 3 monitors, and on 2 of them I'll be doing homework and studying, but on the 3rd one I have some fucking form of YouTube video. Like I go to YouTube or Twitch. I don't think, let me open up Netflix or Hulu. No, I go to YouTube because I'm like, nah, let me just get like a 10-minute video.
No, okay. I completely am the same way when it comes to like, because I get home, I'm like, how much time do I have to enjoy this time with some content? And it's like, I have like 45 minutes before, I can't start a movie. Because I start a movie, I only got 45 minutes, and I don't want to just stop the movie.
Exactly, yeah.
So I need to. So the way that I watch film, I kind of make it a like almost like a homework that I appreciate, like homework that I actually like doing. Like I say, like you know what, once a month try seeing a new film, or once a week try. And for me, it's like going to the theater. I like going to the movies alone because I just and that's a lot of people say that to like make themselves feel like but this guy goes to the movies alone. It ain't shit, bro. I just like watching movies, alone, right? It ain't shit. But anyways, I love to go watch movies.
It ain't shit.
Yeah,
It ain't shit. It ain't shit. It's because
I know. I'm fucking with you.
no, it's because people like say like, I go to. They make it seem like it's a little like.
I'll go with you, man. It's okay.
I don't want you to go with
We
me.
can all go with you.
I'll just go with you, man.
If that's your way of asking us to go, Carlos, we'll go with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
If that's your way of asking us to go with you,
Is there something you need to talk about?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. No, I get what you're saying.
It's a different feeling, like going alone, just being able to like it's just you and the movie, and you just get to interpret it however you like. But it is nice when you have people because then you get to bounce off their interpretation and kind of like
different opinions,
perspective. Oh, you like
of
this? I didn't like that. But you get to see new ideas. I need ideas and stuff. But watching movies, I like to at least make it a task to me. Like, okay, I'm gonna reserve time to watch a movie.
Yeah.
And when I do it like that, it's just so much like it's fulfilling. It's like you're hungry and it's satisfied.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's something that you're like, sounds like you're really passionate about. But, I have heard that from like, our mutual friends and stuff like that. But I've never actually heard that come out of your mouth, because most of the time I don't know whether you're being serious or not. Let's be honest with certain things that you say, man. And for anyone watching that knows Carlos personally, you totally know what I'm talking
know
about.
exactly what
You
I was talking about right
half
now.
the time, like honestly, I don't even know when I'm serious or not. Like it's definitely like
It's like method acting, like method acting the Joker, and then you turn into the Joker. It's like, fuck.
it's just like I'm so sarcastic in some instances, and sometimes I just like full-fledged commit to like the skit or whatever. It's not
bit.
really a skit. The bit. There you go. The bit. And it's like
I saw this TikTok the other day. It was really funny.
Yeah.
It was like there's like this trend going on TikTok. It's like beige flags. Like these girls be like, my boyfriend's beige flag. Okay. And there was this guy, so I was like, look, when you talk about beige flags, it's either this guy is playing the bit or he's autistic. Like it's either one or the other. It's one or the other. And I need to find his so that you guys can watch it because it's super funny, man. It's super funny because then you look back at it and it's like, like that beige flag kind of resonates. Maybe I might be. No, yeah, that's crazy. That's something that you're passionate about. That's awesome. But you know what? I have no idea on like anything Junior's actually really passionate about.
I mean, about a few things. I also like film, but
besides fresh kicks.
I love shoes. Yeah, I love shoes,
Yeah.
and it's not obvious. I mean, I got some ones. I told you earlier, I got some dunks. I got some fives. I love shoes. One thing that I think has taken up the most part of my life, as far as time goes, is probably soccer. Like, like I played all through high school, all middle school. I even got a scholarship to go play.
No way.
For a little bit, yeah.
Oh, and you weren't watching Mexico versus Panama right now?
Nah, I don't keep up with it as much. I don't keep up with it as much.
Your dad's there right now?
Bro, your dad's there right
in
now?
LA?
It's the final, man.
Yeah, they won. Spoiler alert, they won.
Good. They were doing pretty bad for a while.
They were, dude. They were.
But I know that you're also really passionate about bikes.
Bikes, dude. Yeah, I love bikes.
Motorcycles.
Yeah. I mean, I have one myself, a Gixxer, Suzuki Gixxer.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta plan a ride, bro.
We do, man. Come on. I got the Harley and the Victory.
Yeah. How long did you say you were riding for?
So my dad gifted me my first bike as a graduation present out of high school.
Okay, yeah.
So 17.
17?
Yeah, 17. Been riding.
I think I've been riding maybe just for like a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah, barely.
Damn, you went straight into a sports bike?
Yeah, well, dude, I started off on a cruiser, on a Honda Shadow. Yeah.
Okay, Shadows
just for a little, though, just for a little.
I had a friend who had a CBR 1000, and we went and cruised together, and I forgot where we went. We did scenic, we did all that stuff, and this was like when I had first graduated high school. He was like, "Hey man, you want to ride? You want to ride it?" And I was like, "Well, yeah."
I mean, obviously, yeah.
It's like the most
you can get out of it. Yeah.
It's like DJing with the CDJs. It's like, oh, you want to use the CDJs? It's like, well, yeah. I mean, come on.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. So I did it. I swear I almost shit myself. I gassed it like I normally gas my cruiser.
Yeah.
And I swear, man, I felt like the wheel was so close. The front wheel was so close to coming off the ground. I was fucking flipping out. I popped the UE and I was like, nah, man.
I'm good.
That was enough.
It's a lot of power.
They're super sick.
Yeah, dude, the same thing happened. My uncle got a dirt bike and I've never ridden a dirt bike, and it's kind of like, you know how you make the comparison
Yeah,
between the he's like, oh, you want to come out, you know, it's the same thing, whatever, same shift gear, whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure. Dude, within the first 2 minutes, I popped a wheelie, bro. Yeah, on accident, bro.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Then it's fun though. It's a
wild.
lot of fun. Yeah, I might get a dirt bike one day.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would think about that too, but moving to Dallas, man, there's no mountains in Dallas.
Dude, no, we're gonna ride over there, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how you feeling about the move, man?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Yeah, I mean,
No, we're not. We're
not because
losing you, man.
we're
We're gonna
gonna be-
lose you, bro.
man.
Bro, we gotta soon. Tulum.
Oh yeah,
Tulum.
yeah.
We're
We're talking
going.
about
We're going.
plan
We're
that
going.
trip.
We gotta
to
go.
Tulum.
We
Yeah,
gotta go.
for that music festival.
Yeah,
January 4th.
man.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, that sounds like a great idea. But yeah, man, I mean, it's crazy that you three started this journey together, and then when I met you guys, and now I'm leaving, it's like I wish you guys would have started, the venue in OverZero, maybe just a year earlier.
Yeah,
Just
man,
don't go to
definitely.
Dallas anymore. Just stay here.
Man.
Just tell him you can't go no more.
Yeah,
Tell
you
him
can't go anywhere.
I got the
After you
big
just say that, you
boy
can't go.
job. I got the big boy job.
Yeah.
They want to
Hey, bro, no, we're hella happy for you, bro.
Nah, of course. All
That's
jokes
fucking
aside,
amazing.
man.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
definitely,
thank you, man.
You're gonna do
definitely.
great shit, bro.
But you know what? It's definitely tough, but I don't know, man. Like, I feel like my family and all my friends have afforded me to live a lifetime's worth of experiences while I've been in El Paso. So it's time to start the next lifetime in another
Exactly.
city.
The new chapter, bro.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
you've done everything you should have and could have done here in El Paso. Like, you did a lot, man. I think in having a good time, getting all the experiences, man. That's great.
Yeah,
And now
hell
it's, bro, change of scenery can be a huge thing. It's like,
yeah, hell yeah.
it's gonna introduce a new drive into you, man. And I can't wait to see how you.
Yeah, man. And hey, this keeps going the way it's going, man.
It
Come
does.
down there,
No,
take
man.
the equipment, do a video.
Bro,
we'll do a video in Dallas.
Like I told you right
a
now,
return episode.
Yes.
you gotta fly in and do a couple sets.
Oh, dude, of course. I mean, El Paso's always gonna be home. El Paso's always gonna be home. So, I'll always be coming into town, and I'm gonna hit you up, and I'll be like, "Yo, man, I hope you don't got a DJ.
We need a DJ.
I hope you guys don't have a DJ Saturday because I'm flying in."
Unfortunately, we do not cover flights, like I told you.
Yeah.
But for now, maybe in the future we will start covering.
Nah, bro.
We'll get you a private jet to fucking.
Oh, DJ, I know a pilot.
Oh yeah, but what the fuck? You fucking know everyone,
Bro,
Shut
I know,
up.
dude, and
I
then
know
it's like
fucking
almost
pilot.
everywhere we go to, Alex is off to the side, bro, talking to somebody because he knows them. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy how you know everybody.
I like friends.
You know,
man.
I should make that my an icebreaker. Hey, you know Alex? Yeah, I do.
Do you know a guy named Apple?
Apple,
They're gonna be like,
Apple, yeah, that's my
like,
friend. That's my friend.
Apple, yeah.
Yeah, of course they're gonna know Apple. Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I never noticed that until you guys brought it up. Like you and Carla and everyone. They were like, "What the fuck? Like you just know that person?"
know
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I try to be like my dad in that sense. My dad's very social and I want that dad lore. You know, I want to grow up and if I ever have kids, be able to say some outlandish.
Whoa,
shit, you know? If I'm kind of on the fence about it, man.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man.
Do you have your reasons? Or?
Yeah. So, don't get me wrong. I love women. Top five gender all time for sure.
obviously, yeah.
Top five. They're battling with the TAC helicopter, but
No,
they're pretty. It's a pretty close race.
Okay.
But I just think the burden of childbirth, on a woman, it's dangerous. It's scary. It's like a woman goes through so much when it comes to childbirth. Your body changes, things like that. So I feel like it's not my decision to make. So it's kind of like I want to feel comfortable with the possibility of it not happening, because if I meet the love of my life and she's like, I don't want kids, I'm not gonna, as much as I would maybe like to have kids, I don't think that it's my place to force that on her, So I'm trying to be okay with the idea of not having kids, because it's not my body that's gonna change. It's not. I'm not gonna blow up and become huge and go through all those hormones.
Exactly.
So I feel like I should be okay with not, just in case. Plus, kids are demons. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, dude.
kids are hell, bro. Kids are fucking hell.
I have a different interpretation, but I definitely respect that.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
definitely
100%,
respect
bro,
that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's all true. But the kind of way I see it is like, for me, the maxim, the best thing that I could do in this planet is going to be having kids, and that's just my relationship with that.
Yeah, I get you.
And I really feel like it is a huge burden on a woman, and it is a lot to go through, and it's traumatic and it's hard and everything. But I feel that if you create the proper and just comfortable environment for a family, then that just, it becomes worth it. It becomes like, I don't care
Yeah.
what needs to happen. I want to have a kid too. Okay, great. Now, when it says, like, let's say the love of my life doesn't want to have kids, that's just a sentence that doesn't make sense in my head, because I know that
Because then that wouldn't be the love of your life. I
yes,
get,
exactly.
I totally get you.
So it's like the same questions like, what came before the like if you're like Big Bang, it's like, what came before the Big Bang? That there's nothing that
There's nothing to compare it
that
to.
sentence doesn't mean anything.
That makes total
right?
sense.
So that sentence to me doesn't mean anything either. Like
That makes sense.
it is what it is. Like, the love of my life will want, because she's the love of my life. That's why.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
And when it comes to kids, I really do want kids, and I feel like kids. I mean, the fact that they'll be here after I'm gone and they'll have kids, and
Yeah.
honestly, I have just this vision of like one day being at like some family party, and I'm like just there sitting down and saying like, all of this is my
dad lore.
all
dad
of this
lore.
is my kids.
You want to be that?
my
You want to be
kids'
that
kids.
that drunk
I'll be like-
dad? Like, none of you guys would be here if it wasn't for me.
Not solely for that.
I know.
Yeah,
Just
you
saying.
get me. And like,
Because I think we all have that uncle who's
Yeah, right.
gets drunk at the family parties and starts saying some
Yeah.
outlandish shit like that.
and he's a necessary part of the family. He really
Yeah.
is. Now, no, my biggest reasoning for wanting kids is more so because I feel like I have been blessed with a lot, and I had great parents. I've learned a lot. I've gone through specific experiences that have got me to where I'm at here, and I'm just eager to put all of that and make it even better into someone else.
Okay.
I want that kid to be me times 10. And I can't just hold this to myself and just die with it. I need to give it to someone else so that they can run with it. And I know you can say, well, you can maybe like mentor people. This is all true, but it's just for me.
It's not your blood, though.
It's not my
It's
blood.
not your
And
blood. I get it.
there's something special about that. I can't wait to have a kid and make them 10 times better than me.
I
Can
like
you
that.
just imagine a little Carlos running around, bro?
Running around the room, just
Dude, no,
Yeah.
because
Philosophy.
kids are more sarcastic than adults, and Carlos is sarcastic as hell.
Yeah,
so it's like, I'm really not gonna know when this kid's fucking around or not. He
Yeah.
can tell me he sees there's something in his closet, and I'll be like, yeah, fuck off, dude.
Cool.
There's nothing in your closet
Yeah.
because
Dude,
I know your dad,
yeah.
and you're fucking with me, and then fucking he's got the boogeyman in there. and shit.
I am so afraid to have. Give me a sec. Give me one second. I'm so afraid to have a daughter.
A daughter.
A daughter.
Let me tell you why.
Oh no.
I feel
Oh,
like
no.
I would be the most protective father
Is this
over
the
my
is this-
daughter.
Is this the gay son daughter question?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Go on 6th Street. Hey, gay son daughter.
I feel like
we
I
should do something like that.
we should do something like that.
Like, we should go on the street.
Go on Cincy and start take one of these spatula mics and go on Cincy. Go to YouTube.
I like that. We should. Why don't we do that?
That'd be a bad idea.
We've said this
Ideas coming
Why
up.
don't we do that? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do it?
We need to start doing it.
Just do it.
There's
Start
a
doing
queue.
it.
There's a queue. We're getting there. Okay. There's a
Yes.
queue. There's a queue. Okay.
You don't.
Sorry to interrupt. Go
Back
ahead.
to your protective.
Okay, so I feel like I'd be the most protective father. I'd be that dad. I'd be like, make sure you keep the door wide open. If you have any friends in your room. Oh, you met a guy? You have a boyfriend? Let me meet him. Let me tell him fucking 100 questions. I just don't think I would be able to like live knowing like if my daughter is out and I'm not there for her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Disagree.
Well, okay, it's my viewpoint. I
This
mean,
just turned into a debate.
This
This just turned into a debate.
Okay. Okay. Well.
You have that.
No.
Why do you disagree?
Okay.
Why do you disagree?
Let me tell you why I disagree. So, the reason I disagree is because I feel like when you're a very protective parent, that is at work. There's this thing that we do. It's just called, finding the root cause of an issue. If something happens in the quality assurance system or something happens in some kind of some issue in the lab, then you need to ask yourselves 5 whys. Why did it happen? Oh, it happened because someone made a mistake here. Okay, why did that person make a mistake? Okay, go back because there wasn't proper training. Oh, why wasn't there proper training? Because there's no like standard procedure on training or something like that, right? And then you get to the root cause. Okay, so let's say
So are you saying overprotective parents create sneaky kids? Is that where you're going with this?
no.
Okay.
But that is
Partially
true.
though.
That is
I do agree with that.
That is true though.
Yeah.
But
I'm okay with that. It's just more restrictions.
that is a tyrannical
Curfew.
He
monster.
8:30.
You're by 8:31.
You're anti-tyranny.
That's it.
You're anti-tyranny.
I am tyrannical when it comes to my family, but as more people get involved, I become more democratic. So at home, I am a tyrant. As I expand to community, I want more feedback. That means I'm part of a community. We're all like that. But when it comes to my house, I want it to be run by me.
So then, how are you disagreeing with me?
I'm not okay. No, I am disagreeing with but because of the overprotectiveness. So here,
Okay.
So you don't want to shelter your. Okay, back to the 5 whys. I was going somewhere with this. So you ask yourself 5 whys, and then you get to root cause, and then you figure out how to fix the problem. I feel like this is the same way. Like you can't fix it at the top up here. You have to fix it at the root. And when you have let's say a mischievous daughter or a mischievous son, you want to not have to artificially change their lives by producing restrictions. Instead, you need to actually instill lessons in them since they were kids, so that they can think for themselves, and you can trust your kid and not have to manufacture restrictions or change them. Because when you try to change a person, can't change anyone in this world but yourself, right? You can't change a person. You can't, no matter how many restrictions, that thought is still in their head. And that's why I really agree when people say you are as you think, because it's very true. Because yeah, someone can put a restriction on you not to kill someone. It doesn't mean that you're not thinking it. I mean, you're still the same person. Just that, let's say they keep you in a room. Is a murderer still a murderer if he didn't commit the murder? But that's the only reason he didn't commit the murder was because he was locked in a room his whole life. No, he still had the thought, So I think the same thing with kids. You gotta. Yeah, I'm sorry. Same thing with kids. Just don't. It's manufactured personality when you put too much restrictions, because that's not actually who your kid is. Your kid is just a reflection of how much restrictions you put on them. So you want to really produce a kid that you can trust, not to exceed your restrictions.
Trust is earned, not just given. How many times have you done something when someone told you not to do it, and then you learn from that mistake?
Right. And I'm such a fucking I contradict myself in so much things, but you're right. I do think that I need to be very present until they're 18.
Exactly.
Right. I do agree with that. But when it comes to you're gonna listen to me because I'm your parent. I don't want you to. You're not creating your own rules in this house. It's my rules, right? I completely agree with that. Or else, because obviously you, the parent, know more than the kid. Why? Because you've been on this planet for longer. Because you made decisions longer. So your brain is not as good as mine, and I can tell you that because I know it's a fact. It's just not developed yet. So let me, as a parent, the best thing that I can do is tell you what to do, because you don't know as much as I do, and that's just the truth. That's a fact. It's literally science.
I totally agree.
Yeah, but let's be honest though. As a kid, that shit would boil my blood. But I'm the adult, you're the kid. I know more, and that shit would get to me as the kid.
It matters the way you produce the message, the way that you reflect the message. Because if you say like that, I'm the parent, you're the kid. You're not thinking. You're, and this is what you need to control your emotions. Always control your emotions.
That makes sense.
Because
totally makes sense.
Because when you don't control your emotions, you're not a human. The reason that we're humans and we can control our emotions, that's what makes us humans. That we can control ourselves. Animals, they just impulse. But no, we have to limit ourselves and say we're human. We can think and actually say things that matter without actually just reacting off of impulse. Right? That's what makes us special as humans. So. Control your emotions, always. But when you're talking to your kid and you're saying, I'm the parent, no. Instead, be like, you know what? I want to help you become the best person that you can be. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that you're there yet. You will. And one day you're going to surpass me 10 times. But right now, I want you to get there, and I want to be that, and if you create that relationship with your kid to say, I'm not doing this because I want to be a tyrannical fucking father, It's more so because I want you to be better than me. And when you portray it that way, then they'll be like, okay, all right, you're right. Let me get my shit together. And that's the kind of relay that you want.
But they won't understand that until way later on.
Especially
whenever you,
think
whenever
about
you,
how naive they are
exactly.
at such a young age.
Whenever you're telling them at a young age, I mean, they're not gonna understand. They're gonna just think, oh
No.
wow, like my dad's a dick.
Yeah,
Like really, like how many times have you thought about that?
Yeah. Well, where were we
trying to put it nice to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, where are we going with that? Where were you trying to say?
Protective father.
Oh, okay,
right?
got you.
So, I mean, I'm still gonna be a protective father, especially if I have a daughter. My son, I mean, I think that's how with every father though. Like, you know, they have their son and they're like, oh, okay, like, you know, he could be a little bit lenient, but you have a daughter, like, okay, who are your friends? Like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
What is this guy trying to do with my daughter?
And I gotta be honest, there's reasoning for that because you say, but there's reasoning because honestly, you know, women are more vulnerable than men at a lot of points.
Yeah.
Especially at those younger ages. Because I know, especially like when they're growing up, I mean, all eyes are on guys trying to, you know, like get these girls and like that could be your daughter. Like obviously, and dudes, sure. I know it just doesn't translate the same way. Yeah, I think you do have to protect your daughter more than your son. Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yes, that makes sense.
But
And
you know,
go ahead.
go ahead.
So I think it also has to deal with like we're guys.
I was
And
just
we
about to
know
say that.
exactly
I was
how
just
guys
about to
think.
say that. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
And the moment we start thinking like, okay, that's how I thought when I was young. I don't
Yes.
want my daughter to be.
Yes.
Well, it's like I don't want my daughter to meet me.
Well,
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's why you should lead by example.
yes, I was gonna say
Because I definitely like there are moments where I'll be out, I'll be with friends, and like one of our friends, Carla. Maybe one day you guys will have her on. I don't know. She would tell me once like I was dancing and like he was like, oh dude, this like I said hi to this girl and she was like, dude, that girl like looks so into you, all this, and I'm like, it's not that I'm scared to talk to women. Women are scary, don't get me wrong, but it's like I never want to make people feel uncomfortable or feel like I'm pushing too hard. So that's where I feel like I kind of try to lead by example when it comes to that.
Such a hard thought to toil with because I have the exact same relationship with like overthinking everything. So whenever I'm like, you know, we go out and stuff, when I'm trying to dance with a girl, my initial thought, like I wish it wasn't an initial thought, but then I'm also grateful it is. But I'm always just thinking, is she comfortable? Is she okay? Is she all right? It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Is she feeling it? Is it like, of course she's feeling it. She's having a great time, but like, stop fucking thinking. Oh my god, now you're thinking about thinking, and like, shut up. Like, just enjoy it. And it's really hard to kind of start trying to mute that noise. But it's a dance. It's a dance with yourself.
Yeah.
It's a dance with
It's
yourself.
at the end of the day, you don't want to overwhelm them.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause
You don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. You don't want
Exactly.
to disrespect them in any way. And
And it's
in the moment too. You
it's
also
a-
want to live in
yeah.
the moment. So trying to balance that, it's sometimes really hard.
Yeah.
And you know, you're trying to read minds when you can't. And again, that's why I say it's like a dance, because like dancing, you don't really know what the other person's doing, but you just like feel each other. And once you guys get synchronized, then okay, we're good. But it's still kind of hard. I don't know.
That's why like I would if I had a daughter, I would want my daughter to meet someone like me, because I feel like, you know, you try not to be overbearing, you try not to, because, you know, guy or girl, I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, whether it's out in the club or at a house party or just dinner with friends, you know what I mean? You try to not do that, because I have sisters, I have younger sisters, and you know, they talk to me about they start talking about boys and stuff like that, and I try to tune it out, right? But like
I have the same
you
thing.
try to lead you try to lead by example, though, and not only for yourself or, you know, the people around you, but for, you know, just like I said, man, I love women.
Yeah.
Top 5 gender all time, for real. Top 5.
I guess, you know, I'll retract a little bit on my initial disagreement, because I do think that you have to have a lot of rules in place. And I did say I am a tyrant when it comes to that. And I do think that there's a lot of rules that need to be in place, but these rules need to shape them so that later on, obviously, they don't need them to react in that way. Now, I do think, like, let's say I have a teenage daughter and, you know, she's talking to guys. I'm like, of course she has. Like, she's talking to guys. Like, I can't also allow her to be completely overwhelmed by the topic of guys when she gets out of high school and when I do let her, because then she'll be introduced into a world that's completely foreign to her. It's better to have it gradually kind of evolve and kind of let her start making her own decisions. I think that's appropriate. But yeah, this is all just saying things. But in practice, that's where it gets hard. Like, you can say all this, but how are you going to do it? Like, what literal conversations, what literal limits will you put on them?
And
Yeah.
this is the reason why I want to have a son first, so that my son can protect my daughter.
Mhm.
And if it's vice versa, then so be it. Have to have a son right away. Keep trying. Like Carlos has 15 kids.
Yeah, I'm going to have 15.
You know, I just realized that. I was thinking about that when we were talking about the topic of kids, and I was like, one of these fuckers at this these seats right here, has said they want 15 kids, but I was like, that math just doesn't work. Your wife's
I remember.
your wife's just always gonna be pregnant, and that's not healthy. Unless you should convert to Mormonism. You'll have your 15 kids in 3 years.
I think I want to adopt.
Oh, interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Didn't know that.
I think I want to adopt. I want to have 15 kids, but not all from the, I think adopting and again, I'm very eager to give away everything that I've been given, right? So, and again, this is not to sound self-righteous, but it's just a genuine feeling, and I feel like that's whenever you do things like that, it actually brings joy to your life. Actually, it's genuine fulfillment, genuine meaning when you get to get something and then give it away. Like that's and there's some it is food for the soul, right? And I think the maximum food for the soul is giving it to a kid and making them better than you. And that's why, I mean, if it's my biological or if it's adopted, I don't care. Yeah, that's my mission.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just mad selfish.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit okay. Talking about the point.
Yeah.
I love that you want to adopt.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah.
I respect
But
that.
I don't know. I see it as like I would prefer to have.
No, I want to have, but I also want to, and I would definitely create an environment where they obviously it doesn't matter, right? But like, because I know you earlier mentioned, well, it's blood. Yeah, that's true. But I think what is blood? Well, it's really hard to kind of exactly say what blood even means, because there's a lot of people who have father figures or mother figures that they're not blood, but they're their dad and that's their mom, and that's just how it worked out. And they're more of a dad than anyone else was, and they're more of a mom than anyone else was. So I do think that it's not blood that really ties you to those relationships, but more so the relationship and the time. And if if you get to raise someone, well, that's your kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I'm just selfish. Like,
Yeah, no.
I don't want to. You're saying like I want to give to that. I'm like, man, I want to live for myself a little bit first. You know,
of course.
like if I were to have kids, it probably wouldn't happen until like 35, something like that.
35 is a
to be
good
honest.
age.
I think
Yeah,
it's-
because we're too young right now, especially.
35 is a good age. I think I want to have kids when I'm 32, 33.
Yeah, but then it trips me out too because then I see people who their parents had them later, and yeah, they're all great, they're all cool, but like it's like, man, is it like my knee gonna give out by then? You know, like by the time my kid can play football, am I gonna be able to line up with him? You know,
That's
but I don't want my kid to play football.
It is a good. Oh, have you seen Concussion?
No, dude, I played football.
there you go.
I have multiple concussions. I would rather my kid be a fucking swimmer or something. Those
Swimming's hard, bro.
swimming's
see how
hard. You got
built they
that
are,
bag.
man?
You build that
Yeah.
bag, and then it's like, well, let's say worst case scenario, you drown. But no, obviously, if you're a swimmer, you're not gonna drown.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. Football, I've blown both my ankles. Like, I have so many friends who have like knee problems, back problems. We had a friend had to go to the hospital off the field, and it's like football is just such a dangerous sport, man. So I would try to be like, yo, son, like, pool's pretty cool, man.
I played this for a few months, maybe like when I was maybe around like 11, 12 too, and I like hyperextended my elbow because they had me at running back.
Oh,
And yeah, so like just in those few months, I like messed up
yeah,
my elbow.
exactly. And then
Yeah.
imagine you get older, bigger, everyone else gets bigger,
Yeah.
you know? Like, yeah, it's nasty.
It's just an awesome sport.
It is not sport.
to
I feel like that's why we all like, because I did football in high school too.
Yeah.
And just seeing like the players play in each position. I was a offensive lineman, so I was like, oh, like you really get contact to contact like, all the time. So what I fell in love with it was just literally always being against like your opponent, but physically. And yeah, I feel like whenever you tell your kid, hey, you should be a swimmer, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna go against your wishes, Dad. I'm good at football.
Nah, but I wouldn't try and steer my kid any left or right way, but I'm gonna be like, hey son, I forgot your birthday. Like, that's because of the concussions, man. Like, you want to forget your kid's birthday? I know. I'll be like, Dad, you forgot my birthday. The concussions, man. Like,
That's
Football.
right.
Hey, but you want to still play football though? I mean,
you want to still play football? You want to forget your own birthday? I forgot my birthday.
I saw a skit. I think it was like one of the late night shows, one of them. And they asked the dads, like, "Do you remember any of your kids' birthdays?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's like said the wrong birthday for each one, but then the mom was like, "No, it's this day." And then he's like, "When was?" I think it was Jimmy Kimmel.
On the street.
And then he was like, "Oh, when's her birthday?" He's like, "I don't know." Dad, it was yesterday.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh, it's because of football. It's because of
It's
football.
because of football. Yeah, I can always use that as a crutch. It's the concussion, son. It's the concussion. Sorry.
You're all coming back to me.
I know. Start freaking out and shit. PTSD.
So you say you played football, Jim?
Yeah, I've just for a few months.
So I'm the only one that's never played football here. I haven't played like.
You know what's crazy? And you're like the most fucked up in the head from all of us. So wait, maybe my son can play football. I guess it's not football.
Hey, it could be a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never played like any real sports. Like I did boxing for a bit, but
There's the concussions. There's the concussions.
I mean, yeah, but I was like, I never even got in the ring more than like probably like what 5 times. Like all it was is like always like practice sparring with like my own teammates and stuff.
Yeah.
All it took was 5.
Yeah,
All it
maybe,
took was 5.
yeah. But yeah, other than that, I didn't do any. Oh, I didn't do any real like sport. I never got into like baseball. I never even got into like watching like sports. Which
Oh,
is,
really?
No, like I'm
So
not
you don't-
into like soccer.
You don't watch football?
But I don't keep up with any of it.
Man,
Like basketball.
I don't know, man. Like football, I think it's just so barbaric.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
know.
it's like it's fun to watch, but like most sports are pretty
And that's why
barbaric.
it's fun to play.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
the only sport that I genuinely got, and I call it a sport. Oh, well, it is a sport, right? I genuinely got really into, and obviously, like Junior's really into this. I mean, bodybuilding, right?
Yes.
Bodybuilding's great, and that obviously reflected in my.
I pick things up and put them down.
Right. But I got funny enough though. I got more into World's Strongest Man. I don't know if you.
I remember, bro.
Oh
you
yeah,
always
Mark
talking about
Mark
it.
Henry,
Yeah.
the WWE. Yeah.
Bro, I love World's Strongest Man. Like, I'm a huge Brian Shaw fan.
Yeah, those are the
Eddie
competitions
Hall.
where they'll throw the log over
They do the
fence
act-
and shit
yeah.
like that, right?
The Atlas stones, when they get the stones and they put sap on all their and on their arms just to create a grip, and it's a competition of who can put them on top like the fastest. But they're always really cool competitions, and I'm big Eddie Hall, Brian Shaw, man. Those two guys, I just love seeing them perform and stuff. But there's a whole history. It's a niche sport, and I got really into the whole history. Like that was my entire YouTube feed for the longest time. And then when it actually happened, I wanted to go to Sacramento and watch it for the last World's Strongest Man.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only sport that I just really got obsessed about. And then also bodybuilding. But when it came to like soccer, football, basketball, any like that, I never got into it.
Damn.
In a competition, I remember seeing. It was very interesting. It's like they're cutting wood, but they also it's like a competition of cutting wood.
With the axes
With the
and
axes,
stuff.
yeah. And then they actually put like a plank inside
To
the wood
stand
to
on
stand
top
on
of it.
top
I've
of
seen
it and
that,
keep
yeah.
going up.
It's so funny that we make some people's jobs like a sport. It's like man, some motherfuckers out there chopping wood, trying to make a living, feed his
shit,
fucking family with that, and they're over here fucking around, putting it in, trying to do it the fastest. Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh my god, they did it in 10 seconds. Good for them. I'm just trying to.
They'd probably make more money if they just join that guy, right?
Yeah.
Get out in the fields.
Hey, well, that's not so unusual. I mean, the top of any kind of field, people like watching people, be the best at things, right?
Exactly.
So if you're really
Exactly.
good at anything, people want to see you be good at something, right? So, I mean, and that's even like in engineering, like Formula One,
Yeah.
same thing. Like any race car, like NASCAR, and that's like in the engineering side. Like you get really good at it, they want to see how that looks at its max. Everyone
Yeah.
wants to see everything at its max,
At its highest
Oh
level.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're really good at saying, yeah,
But that like it's kind of tough there because it's like you get to the point where you're too good. You know, we saw it with Tom Brady. You see it with like Lewis Hamilton. You see, you scoff, but
I love Tom Brady.
Okay. I thought you hated him,
Nah,
but that's
that's
what I
my
was
guy,
saying.
bro.
You get so good. You're at the top of your game for so long, and then it's like, fuck, I want something to change. You know, like. And when the Patriots were winning those Super Bowls back to back, I was like, "Fuck, man, you want to give someone else a chance or something?" Like, shit.
Nah.
Same thing with like same thing with like Formula One. Lewis Hamilton was dominant. Now it's Max Verstappen. He's super dominant. I love Formula One.
Yeah.
I love Formula One. I went to the race in Austin.
What?
Yeah, super cool. I got to see Ed Sheeran live front row.
Oh, I hate it.
I love Ed Sheeran. We know we have debated
I
this
know.
two ends meet,
Yeah.
and I will continue to debate.
We
you
would
on
need
it.
like 3 hours, but yeah.
I think that's pretty short.
Yeah, actually, you're
For
right.
that.
Like probably like 8. Yeah.
Now, Alex, we're getting closer to the end,
Yeah.
and the people want to know:
The people.
are you going to be continuing DJ? Are you going to be at OverZero every
What the people
weekend?
want, man.
Is this my
What the people
is
want.
this my big announcement? Is this my
This is
big
your
announcement?
big announcement.
Imagine I just announced retirement again.
Oh, bro, no.
Just kill it. Just kill the mood. No, dude. As long as you guys will have me back at OverZero, I would love to be there. I'll keep
course we would,
building.
man.
I'll keep
Of course
building
we
my
would.
library. I'll keep doing it, and I just want to bring the vibes, man. Bring the party.
And you do.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you, man.
We're not gonna stop you from playing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set a live stream. You're gonna be in Dallas, but we're gonna have a projector in the back.
Yeah. I will be in my
Applebee's.
backyard. So, yo, live from Dallas.
Live from Dallas.
Apple Z listening party, bro, from Dallas.
Bro, hey, we're gonna have Travis Scott's dropping Utopia. We want to have a listening party at OverZero.
Dude, that guy almost killed me.
Oh, you were there?
I was at Astroworld, bro.
You were everywhere.
Bro, where are you now?
He
It's
almost
like
killed me,
any
bro.
like historical event. Oh, Alex is there.
It's like Forrest Gump, right?
Like, he's right over there in the background. Oh my god.
How was that? Like,
Dude, scary. I thought my cousin died.
Oh my god.
Like, cause we were in the crowd, man, and it started waving. I know we're running out of time, so I'll make this quick.
Yeah.
But we were. It was getting crazy. It was getting wild, and then like the crowd just started like people were falling, and it's like they couldn't get up, and just more people were falling. Me and my cousin got separated, and then I went out of the crowd because I was hoping he was there. Like I started getting shoved to the back, and I was hoping he was back there. And then I go to I pass the medical tent, and someone is like belligerently crying, like screaming, crying, like someone died. In the moment, I didn't know. I thought maybe something happened. I don't know. I couldn't possibly think that people would die at a concert.
Yeah.
No one did.
And then I
it's the first time it happened in such like mass.
yeah.
No,
And I finally find my cousin in the back of the concert. His fucking glasses are gone. He has a shoe mark on his neck. His Apple Watch is gone. Like his knees are banged up. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened to you? And he's like, dude, life like slowed down when I fell. And I was like, dude, like, you think that was it? Like, you think you were like about on the verge of passing out? And he was like, yeah. And then I got like a second wind, and someone helped me up, and I got the fuck out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Now, I say he almost killed me, right? But it's like then I got back in the crowd because Drake showed up and all this. But and I knew it was crazy. I knew it was like wild, but it's like I didn't know people had died until I got home, and I was like, holy shit! We saw the news. Day 2 got canceled. We're like, what the hell?
You know what Drake was doing that night? Strip club.
in Houston? Damn,
Right
bro.
after that all happened.
I didn't know
When
that.
was that? Yeah, they got pictures of him and everything, bro.
Damn. Yeah, I had no. It was just crazy.
Don't stop.
Party.
Don't no matter. Yeah, and he knew everything happened. He knew.
Oh my god.
I think so.
No bystanders. Yeah, but I guess we're wrapping it up now, right?
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
well,
hey man, thank you for having.
no, thanks for being on
No,
this one, bro, and being a part of our journey, and thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and being a part of the journey with us.
Yeah, thank you.
And-
Thank you for having me, man.
Nah,
Thank you
man,
for having
thanks.
me. I hope your viewers like me as a
dude,
guest. Hopefully we can look back on this
We
later
can-
and
we
see
will,
how
man.
far we come, man.
We will. This is just some.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, remember those 15 kids?
Oh yeah.
Did that
Oh
happen?
yeah, imagine 10 years later,
Carlos, now you have 25.
25. You
Remember you
overshot
said
your
20.
goal.
I'm like
Yeah,
always
but-
getting better.
So,
Anyway,
how are y'all doing this? Are you guys gonna throw my Instagram on the on the
at
bottom?
start, yeah.
On Instagram,
Alex
on the-
DJ Apple Z.
at Manzanita Soul on Instagram. Give me a follow if you guys want. Well, I'll keep turning it up at OverZero.
Come to OverZero,
Come
yeah.
through. Last night they had the Y2K theme. It was sick. Hoping to get some more themes going. Hoping to get the party going there. It's a blast, and I'd love to keep playing as long as these guys let me. So
Always.
Do it.
Carlos, Javi.
Junior.
Hey, stay undefined.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for watching.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Feel that, bro.
Now we kiss.
My ass is sweaty, bro.
Dude,
mine is too?
I was
What
getting
the
hot.
Bro, can
I was getting hot.
Let's see. Take these off.
Bro, what the fuck?
Oh! What's that called?
This is for memory.
Get the-